What's going on, guys? So we have our first spin-off series because it looks like this is going to go for more than just this one issue, but we are focused on Shredder. And this pretty much is everybody's favorite villain, let's be honest. You basically, anytime you ask, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle villain, it always has to be caveated with, the outside of Shredder. So at least that's been my experience anytime that this has been asked. Because who doesn't like Shredder? If you're a Ninja Turtle fan, you like Shredder. That's just kind of a go-to. So this is Chapter 1, Only the Blade, and we have Dan Watters as the writer on this one. And of course, writing is what I focus mostly on. Art, I can't really tell you a whole lot about it, so I basically just kind of go, yeah, I like the art, or there's things about certain designs that I appreciate more than others. So that's about all I can do. But for what it's worth, Michelle Bandi, I'm gonna butcher this, just Michelle B. That is our artist on this one. So, and just getting going on this. So we have scene out in New York, and I can tell you right off the bat, that is Shredder right there. We don't know that right off the bat, but just for the sake of moving this along, we're going to. We also have some Darkwater agents posing as trash men, and you're finding out that they're keeping an eye on a building. Well, Shredder approaches, he purposely blocks out the camera that's focused on the building, and this agent, he comes over and he's like, hey, be on your way. What are you doing? Shredder replies, I'm going home, stops covering, walks away, and we find out he just goes into this building. We see the Foot Clan symbol inverted, and he asks the two starting to approach him, who are you? They were like, okay, fine, we're just going to attack right off the bat. And Shredder goes ahead, he beats their ass, kills them both, and calls them worthless worms. The whole worm thing, we can kind of see it up here, where we have two shots where the background changes to a bunch of worms. That is going to be an ongoing thing in this book here. So he gets one of the blades, so now he's really dangerous, and proceeds. Now we have 3 archers up here. They explain that it's a sacred place and that he shouldn't be here. He just laughs about it being called a sacred place. Bats away 2 of the arrows. He charges, but one of the arrows does manage to make contact, and I'm going to continue to point out some of the damage he's taken because this is important later on. He pulls out the arrow, again with the worms, calling them just worthless worms. Kills all 3 of them. 2 of them he throws down onto the Darkwater, like a little security garbage truck there, and they call it in. So now we know we have more agents coming in here soon. So he makes his way up, and we have I counted at least 8. There could be more. And he is quickly dispatching all of them, kind of taunts them about, not taking care of their blades. He's like, if you were constantly sharpening your blades, your deaths would be less painful. He does take a few throwing stars to his back, and that is when another voice approaches. And we meet who we'll later find out her name is Rhea, or she's also known as the Mourner. And she basically lets him know, hey, I've seen where you've come from, how much of a toll it's taken on you, and what it cost you. And she's like, well, why don't you rest here? Enjoy our some of the protection. He's like, well, your priests weren't protected, and this prompts another fight. And we'll see that she quickly dispatches this. Now, I gotta go right off the bat and say, this bores me to tears when we see a new character introduced, and it's usually a woman character. I'm just calling it like I see it. And we see them take out our beloved characters without even sweating, because we have to make our new characters just so much more badass. Now, I'm trying to give this comic the benefit of the doubt. I've appreciated what we've had so far with the other 10 issues of this Ninja Turtle series that I've read. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but this definitely raises up my guard quite a bit. When we see like a woman character beating up a big strong man, they're both skilled, so we can't use her skill as an excuse. I mean, come on, this is Shredder. This is Oroku Saki. This is somebody who is very skilled, where it typically takes multiple opponents to beat him, or at least to challenge him in any way, shape, or form. And it just, the second I read this, where I'm like, wow, he just got his ass kicked. I'm not like, wow, what a great new villain character we have here. I'm just like, okay, because it comes off as so disrespectful to me. So again, I'm trying to give this the benefit of the doubt. Again, I like I was making note. We saw that he was taking damage in. He's seen that he's kind of ragged and torn, so maybe he's not at full strength. But the fact that he just blew through, over 10 of these guards without really breaking a sweat. Yeah, he took an arrow and a couple throwing stars, but that's it, considering all that he just challenged. And then she just beats him with ease. I have issues with that right off the bat. And so, with him on his knees now, she's like, I was once a student of yours. You corrected me on my form, and you came off like a god, but, you never took time to notice any of us, and now look where you are. You're just a worm, again, the whole worm thing. But then the Darkwater guards come in, and she vanishes along with the rest of her dead crew, just leaving Shredder there. So now we're at the Darkwater facility, and the guards are just the Darkwater agents who were looking were talking about what the hell happened with their operation, and this guy here is pointing like, oh, that guy, he ruined it all. We're gonna wear him down though. We're gonna figure out what he's talking about, because right now he's just muttering about bugs and betrayal. And enter this woman here who's like, you don't even know who you have. You only have him in custody because he has allowed it. And so at least giving him a little bit more respect there. I do appreciate that again. And so she then approaches him and lets him know, hey, I know all about you. You're Oroku Saki or Shredder. And lets him know who this is. And this is where we find out her name's Ria, or the Mourner. What kind of a facility, the Darkwater facility that he's in. And also that she is on loan from the Earth Protection, the Earth Protection Force. Wow, I screwed that all up. But that's good. We're moving on. And now, this part over here, I find fairly clunky, because this is her telling him what they both already know. So this is that as you know kind of dialogue that just really turns me off and pulls me out of things, because they know all of his history, but they're just saying it for the sake of us. And I'm like, you could find better ways to do this, even if it's just like an internal monologue kind of thing. Something better. But then she also tells him a lot about Ria and what Ria plans to do, like making bombs and stuff like that. And so what we're getting at is they want Shredder's help. And, he starts deducing this right off the bat. He's jumping out ahead, and it's like, okay, so you need my help to figure out this, why they have an inverted symbol, all of this other stuff. And in exchange, you're going to offer me something. Well, I need more than just my freedom. And she's just like, well, I was hoping, you'd want to redeem your honor to get revenge on some payback on the person who just beat you in single combat. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. I was like, so that's why we did this, because we couldn't find anything better to offer him. just to redeem his honor by having him arbitrarily beaten up. Okay, fine. And so she's just like wanting to know what all he went through, and it's like, where have you been? And he doesn't answer and is like, I need a bath. So showers again, worms. So this worm thing's really eating at him. Gets all cleaned up. Moving on. And then he gets all dressed. We see he's got a fresh cut and all that. He's offered a mech suit, and I'm like, oh, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want Mech Shredder. I don't really like it when he's all like that. So, fortunately for me, he is also disgusted by this and decides to tear it all apart and just grab a few pieces, the claws, the helmet, all that fun stuff. And then we finish with him, ready to go out and do the thing. And I do like this look of him. So, and yeah, that is where we are ending. So, there is some good, there is some bad. I'm not completely turned off by everything. Like I said, I'm trying to be as forgiving as I can by having the scrawny little woman beating up the big strong man. That trope drives me insane, and I hope we're not dealing into that. I hope there's more than just, woman power kind of thing. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. So I'm trying to be generous and just let it go. I'm like, okay, we saw that he was weakened. She might have powers. Let's just wait and see. So I'm not trying to jump to conclusion, but like I was saying earlier, my guard is definitely up on that. So, but yeah, it's a mixed bag. I'll be forgiving, call it like 6.5 out of 10 kind of story. It's got action in it. That's plenty good to see. Like, I really liked watching Shredder just go right through these guards. And just easily dispatch all of these people. And that's what made that next fight just so disappointing, is he's just whooping ass. Like, again, I counted at least 8 in this scene alone. That didn't include the other 5 that he fought. So, yeah, that was really interesting and exciting. So, I enjoyed that bit. But, yeah, losing one-on-one to a girl half your size just is automatically a turnoff. So, if we can justify it, I can go with it, and I'll forgive it. And, everything that I'm saying right now about it, we'll just count it right out. But I got to wait for that justification before I, backtrack on these words now. But yeah, so far, an all right start. I would still say, like, what was it, issue 3, the Leonardo one, where it was like no action, and it's just every time that the action was there and it got cut away. I would still put that under this. So, yeah, I'd say if you're a fan of Shredder, which most of you likely are, check it out, see what you think. But otherwise, I don't know. We'll see where we go. But that is all I have for today, guys. So until next time, take care and God bless.